Colorado High School Activities Association Baseball is on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network this afternoon from Greg Brock Field in Loveland on the campus of Mountain View High School. It's the visiting Fort Morgan Mustangs against the Mountain View Mountain Lions. I'm John Beltran with the Mustangs, winners of 5 in a row. One of those 2 losses, however, was a loss to Mountain View early in the season, 8-6 in 8 innings on a Connor Patrick 3-run homer. As fate would have it, he is not in the starting lineup here for Mountain View. They started off 3-0, but now they have dropped 5 consecutive games, including a 10-3 decision in their most recent game against Frederick. This is a doubleheader day, kind of, as the Mustangs will play in Berthoud at 6:30. And that'll be the resumption of a suspended game about a week and a half ago with Fort Morgan leading 2-1. And the bottom of the 3rd inning, that game was played in Fort Morgan. Momentarily, we'll get to the national anthem, and we'll have our starting lineups on both sides. The Mustangs in their road grays and Mountain View in their black uniforms with the white pants on it was a sunny day. Hopefully that sun stays away a little bit so the temperatures cool off, but it's not bad at all. As we approach first pitch, we'll come back on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
106.
All right, the Mountain View Mountain Lions have taken the field. And we'll get to the Mustangs starting lineup. Not too many changes there whatsoever. Batting first is the center fielder Briggs Wheatley. Jackson Langford, the catcher, at second. Nick Beltran, the shortstop, bats third. The cleanup hitter is Jesse Campa. And batting fifth is the second baseman Braden Fajardo. Cale Langford in right hits sixth. The left fielder Malachi Bills at seventh. Frank Ortega, the third baseman, hits eighth. And Levi McCoy, the DH, bats ninth. Defensively, at first base is Daniel Parsek. Over at second is Luke Patterson. The third baseman is Jaden Bowser. Aaron Bauman at short. Around the outfield, Riley Coggins in left. The center fielder is Cody Evans. Dalton Bartholomew in right. Behind the plate is Logan Nicholson. And on the mound is right-hander Ryan MacArthur. So those are your lineups, 5 and 2. Fort Morgan, and 3 and 5. Mountain View. Big stretch here coming up for the Mustangs. They've got a shot to generate 4 consecutive victories. And if they can do that, they're going from 5 and 2 to 9 and 2. And that would certainly change everything. Opening pitch is brought to you by High Plains Bank, your friendly local community bank serving Wiggins and all surrounding areas. Find out more at highplainsbank.com. Well, Briggs Wheatley's been a big hitter all season as he leads off here for the Mustangs, hitting from the left side. Fort Morgan had lost their first 2 games. All of a sudden, they beat Frederick 3-1, and the Express has rolled on. Wheatley hitting .259. Boy, it seems his average is better than that, and the pitch is a strike with a fastball at the knees. It's 0-1, and we are underway. Let's get some numbers here on MacArthur. The pitch swung on and lifted foul off to the left side. It's well out of play. Giving chase over there was Jaden Bowser. It's 0-2. Followed by Jackson Langford. No balls and 2 strikes. The kick and the pitch. Swung on, grounded left side to the third baseman Bowser to his left. Long throw to first is going to be late. Oh, that was a bang play that could have gone either way, but Wheatley's able to beat it out on the infield hit. And that'll send up Langford. Jackson leading the team with a .407 average. Routine grounder, but not hit that hard, and that really helped the Mustangs there. Now we know Wheatley's got speed over there at first. Want to be careful here. Don't run yourself into trouble here in the early going. Step off, just a soft toss to first. Let's try to get some numbers here on this right-hander, MacArthur. The stretch. Again, throw to first. MacArthur, 14 2/3 innings, allowing 12 runs. So his ERA's got to be up there. It's at 5.73. And the pitch. That's off the glove of the catcher, Nicholson. It'll be a pass ball. And a second will be Wheatley. 1 ball and no strikes. A busy afternoon and evening of Mustang baseball here from Loveland and in Berthoud, about 12 miles away. Had a little bit of a tardy start here. Not too much. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. To the fastball right by him. The count is level at 1-1. Here to Jackson Langford. Stretched by the right-hander MacArthur. And the offering. That one bounces away. Wheatley to third on the wild pitch to the screen. And there's a lot of room, by the way, I would say, between the plate and the backstop. I mean, you got to be looking at 35 feet at least. It's a lot of room. Yeah, that could be a full, it might be a full 10 yards, be about 50 feet. 2 balls and 1 strike. The stretch and the offering and the benders up and in. 3-1. Mustangs hoping for a quick game here. Looks like 380 straight away. In center, there's a tall wall out there. 3-1, down and in. It's a walk to Langford. That'll send up Nick Beltran, the number 3 hitter. And Nick on the season hitting .375. So you got some bats with Beltran and Campa and Fajardo coming up. Yeah, about 320 some odd down the lines. And we are sitting high atop Greg Brock Field. MacArthur stretches. And the offering. Swung on, grounded slowly to short. Could be just a force at second. There's one. Throw back to first will be late. The RBI for Beltran on the fielder's choice. And scoring is Wheatley. It's 1-0. And that's all you got to do at this point. Just put it in play and at least get the early run. Mustangs trailed early, 3-0 in the game in Fort Morgan, and found themselves in rally mode the entire game. They never took the lead. Short lead for Beltran is Jesse Campa. And the pitch, down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Jesse's hitting .250 on the year. And Jesse's driven in 5. That was Beltran's 8th RBI to lead the team. The offering. Swung on and lifted into left field. That should be a routine play, and the catch is made. A one-handed catch by Riley Cogan. There's 2 down. That'll send a Braden Fajardo. Fajardo goes in with an average of .222. He's got plenty of pop in that bat, though. As he steps in against the right-hander MacArthur. Beltran with a 2-step advantage, if even that. And the pitch in the dirt. Scooped up by Nicholson. 1 ball and no strikes. It's amazing how both of these seasons have gone in opposite directions. Mountain View was winning, now they're losing. Fort Morgan was losing, and now they're winning. 1-0. Swung on line foul off to the right. So again, a full game now and a half game later with Fort Morgan leading Berthoud 2-1 in the bottom of the third inning. Fort Morgan will be the home team once they get to Berthoud, the designated home team. Throw back to first. Beltran's barely off the bag. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, a short lead now, about 2 steps. And MacArthur comes home. Swung on, lined, and caught on a soft liner right off the fist by the third baseman, Jaden Bowser. And just like that, the inning is over. The Mustangs do pick up an infield hit from Briggs Wheatley. He comes around to score. Let's head to the bottom of the first inning. Fort Morgan 1. Mountain View is coming to bat on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Mustangs scored a run in the top of the first inning. Let's head to the bottom of the first. Here is the starting lineup for Mountain View. Batting first is the center fielder, Cody Evans. Riley Cogan, the left fielder, hits second. Catching and batting third is Logan Nicholson. The shortstop, Aaron Bauman, hits fourth. Daniel Parsick, the first baseman, bats fifth. Jaden Bowser at third, hits sixth. Dalton Bartholomew, the right fielder, hits seventh. Luke Patterson, the second baseman, hits eighth. And Anthony Calabrese, the DH, bats ninth. For the Mustangs, defensively, Jesse Camp is at first. The second baseman is Braden Fajardo. Over at third is Frank Ortega. The shortstop is Nick Beltran. Around the outfield, Malachi Bills is in left. Briggs Wheatley in center. Right fielder is Cale Langford. Behind the plate is Jackson Langford, and Colin Farley is on the mound for the Mustangs. Colin threw very well in a scrimmage against Brush about a week before the season started. Now let's see what he can do at the varsity level during a regular season game against a team that right now is trying to find their way in Mountain View, losers of 5 consecutive games. They did lose 2 games in that stretch during one run, or by one run, including a 1-0 decision to Berthoud. It'll be Cody Evans stepping in for Mountain View. Evans hitting .227. Righty against righty. And Farley out of the stretch with the bases empty. And the pitch way outside. Man, that was a late release by Colin. He's got to get through this first inning. If he gets through this first inning, I think he'll feel comfortable, especially on the road, first varsity start of his career. And the 1-0 offering. Swing and a miss. Whoo, pulled the string on that one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Evans was way out in front. Let's see how fast this infield plays. It looks pretty quick. The pitch inside, nearly hit him. Ball 2, strike 1. Here to the right-handed hitting Cody Evans, followed by Riley Cogan. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the offering, very high. 3-1. This is a game Fort Morgan has got to win. Right now, you're sitting okay, I believe. Maybe 15th, 16th in the RPI. 3-1 pitch. Not even close. Well, he's aiming. He is aiming big time. You can tell he's nervous. That'll send up Cogan. He threw 1 good pitch. The other 4 were not even close. Now, Josh Langford is certainly rolling the dice here with Farley, who has got good stuff, but is unproven. That's where you roll the dice with an unproven pitcher, at least at the varsity level. Short lead at first. Laying down the sign is Langford, and the pitch squaring to bunt, and that's up and in, nearly hit him. Throw back to first, to tag it late. Yeah, Colin is clearly nervous from this vantage point. And Cogan is hitting .423. Got a big, strong bat from the right side. The Mustangs at double play depth. The stretch, And the offering squaring to bunt, and I think he waved at it and missed it. It was way outside. Count is at 1-1. Yeah, I think Collins just got to rear back and throw the ball. He's really thinking about it right now. 1 ball and 1 strike. Off of first is the base runner, Evans. The stretch and the pitch squaring to bunt. And that one he waves that bunt right back to the mound. The throw's going to be to second, and that will be in time, barely in time. I'm not sure that was the right play. I think the Mustangs might have got away with that. Bang, bang, 1-4 on the fielder's choice with Fajardo covering. And there is one down. One down for Logan Nicholson. Even that pitch was up in the zone. I mean, Farley has only thrown really 1 legitimate strike here. Nicholson is hitting .231. And that was bunted way too hard by Kogan. The pitch. And that, they're going to call a balk. Not a good start here for Colin. He's been all over the place. He's balked. He did get an out at second. Now the tying run is at second base here in the bottom of the first inning. Fort Morgan with a 1-0 lead on an RBI ground out from Nick Beltran, plating Briggs Wheatley, who had an infield single to begin the game. The stretch and the pitch upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, Collins just got to settle down here. Settle down and breathe. Looking back at second, and the offering swung on right back to the mound. Farley's going to run towards first, underhand for the out. Didn't even look the runner, who advances to third, but that's fine. You get the out, there's 2 down. I think Coach Langford is happy with that. He just wants to get outs here. They would have had the runner trapped between second and third, but he didn't look that way. Aaron Baumann hitting .250. And he will now step in for Mountain View. With Kogan at third and 2 down. And the pitch. Fastball is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Latford lays down the sign and the pitch. Swung on line and the game is tied. It's a base hit to right field. Scoring is Kogan on the RBI single from Aaron Baumann. Yeah, that pitch was right out over the plate. And here's Daniel Parsick. I mean, you knew that Colin was not going to throw a shutout in this game, but you would hope that he could get that last out without a run scoring. Parsick from the right side, like all the previous hitters. And the pitch. Runner going. It's outside. The throw to second on a hop to tag, and safe. It's a steal for Aaron Baumann. Parsick hitting .296 going in. Yeah, I think they just want. I think Coach Langford wants about 4 or 5 innings out of Colin. I don't think he's going to pitch the distance here. If he does, he's got to get a lot better. 8 balls and 5 strikes so far. 1 ball and no strikes. The offering swung on, pop foul, out of play. Way out in front of that pitch. Count evens at 1-1 with Jaden Bowser on deck. Off of second is Baumann. Mountain View looking for the season sweep after beating Fort Morgan earlier this month on a Saturday, 8-6 in 8 innings. Looking back, the pitch over but low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, unless this game picks up pace-wise, I don't think we're going to be starting at 6:30 in Berthoud. They're playing Severance at 4 o'clock. 2-1. And the offering. Fouled at the plate on the off-speed. Count moves to 2-2 to the number 5 hitter, Daniel Parsick. Off of second is Baumann. Langford lays down the sign. Looking back is Farley. And the pitch. That is called strike 3 on the outside corner at the knees. And Colin Farley ends the first inning with a shining result. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Mustang Baseball is brought to you in part by Stubbs Gas and Oil on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with you in Loveland. We're tied at 1 between the Mustangs and Mountain View. Let's head to the second inning. It'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Cale Langford, along with Malachi Bills and Frank Ortega. And Cale, he put on a show against Roosevelt. 5 for 6 in the doubleheader. His average went up to 421. Swung on and lifted into center field to his right and under it, and ranging under it, making the catch. On the first pitch of the second is Cody Evans. There's 1 down. And here is Malachi. Bills hitting .348. Mustangs hitting .311 as a team, so they have picked up the offense after a couple of sluggish games, even the victory over Frederick. Swung on line, base hit into center field. Second hit by the Mustangs, and the Mustangs are swinging at the first pitch to begin the inning, and Bills increases that average. Here's Frank Ortega. Frankie looking to find his stroke, hitting .217. Looks like a huge field here, but I guess when you're overhead. I mean, we're at the top row here at Greg Brock Field, which 6, 7, 8, 9, that's row number 15. It looks bigger than it is. The pitch down and away, blocked by Nicholson. 1 ball and no strikes. MacArthur threw just 14 pitches in the opening inning. 2-step lead there for Bills. Awaiting the pitch is Ortega. And here it is. And he swings and misses off the glove of Nicholson. No advance as the ball rolls up the first base side. And the count is at 1-1, checking that glove to make sure there's not a little hole in there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1 on, tied at 1 in the second. From Mountain View High School in Loveland. The pitch, swung on, grounded, foul down the third base side. Count moves to 1-2. There on Frank Ortega. On deck is Levi McCoy, who did not have an at-bat until he came into the game against Roosevelt after Colin Farley was hit on the hand by a pitch, and then he went 2 for 3. That earned him a spot in the starting lineup. MacArthur looking back, coming home in the dirt with a breaking ball. Ball 2, strike 2. Here to the number 8 hitter for the Mustangs as the sun has come and gone, but it's certainly beaming right now. Nicholson lays down the sign. 2-step lead. Runner goes. And did he swing? He did, and it's a strike, and it's a stolen base, no throw. Ortega's out number 2. Uncontested steal for Bills. Here is Levi McCoy hitting .667, 2 for 3 in that game against Roosevelt. That was game 2. Not a good base running game for Fort Morgan. 5-step lead at second for Malachi. MacArthur looks back twice and then fakes that throw. There's nobody covering, and that's probably why he faked, thinking that Bills might try to take a bag there. Bauman trying to sneak in behind Bills at second. MacArthur again looks back. Pitch to McCoy. Over, but low. 1 ball and no strikes. The Mustangs got their run on a Briggs-Wheatley infield single. Advanced to third. Nick Beltran with a fielder's choice driving him in. Aaron Bauman's RBI single tied the game at 1 with 2 outs in the bottom of the first, and the pitch. And that's in the dirt, blocked by Nicholson. 2 balls and no strikes. Let's see if McCoy has the take sign here. You would love Wheatley to hit in this inning and clear the 9-hitter. 2-0. Again, MacArthur. Looking back again. And the pitch. Swung on and fisted foul up the first base side. Not a quality hitter's pitch there. Ball 2, strike 1. And you're talking about 2 games today, or a game and a half. Thursday at home against Thompson Valley. Saturday at Severance. The whole season can really change positively or negatively over the next 4 to 5 day stretch. The pitch. Fastball, a strike. Yeah, boy, delayed call here for the umpire. Look good from here. Now it's 2-2. Top of the hour, 4 o'clock Mountain Time. I'm John Beltran on Morgan County's B106. KPRB, Brush, Fort Morgan. McCoy's got to protect. 2-2. Swinging a foul at the plate on an inside pitch. Remains alive. Yeah, that ball was definitely fouled off. Bill's got to go back to second there. Levi looking for a base hit to give the Mustangs the lead again. Nicholson lays down the sign. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the offering. Swing and a miss on a fastball upstairs. And Levi McCoy strikes out. And the Mustangs strand a runner at second. No runs on 1 hit. No errors and a man left. Mustang baseball brought to you in part by High Plains Bank as we go to the bottom of the 2nd inning in Loveland. It's Fort Morgan 1, Mountain View 1 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's hit the bottom of the 2nd inning. The Mustangs and Mountain View Mountain Lions deadlocked at 1. I'm John Beltran back from Greg Brockfield. He was a former major leaguer. 110 home runs, 462 runs batted in. He played for the Dodgers and the Brewers in the 80s. And I believe as late as like 91. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. Jaden Bowser will lead off here, hitting from the left side against Colin Farley. Out of the stretch with the bases empty. Bowser hitting .263. Swung on line, caught by the first baseman Malachi Bills. A little topspin on that liner. 1 pitch, 1 out. For Dalton Bartholome, hitting .174. Right-handed hitter. That's why the Mustangs have got to hold down Mountain View and then get the sticks going and pick up their 6th consecutive victory. But it's not easy on the road. They lost to them the first time at home, so we know they're not taking them for granted despite a 5-game losing streak. The pitch. And that bender is down and in. Looked like it was going to hit him. Had major break to it. 1 ball and no strikes. Collins still trying to find his control. First inning was pretty much 50-50 the pitch. Swing and a miss on the off-speed up in the zone. He's got a very easy, deliberate motion. Not any wasted energy there. 1 ball and 1 strike. With the bases empty and 1 down to the bottom of the 2nd. And the offering. And that bender hit him in the back. Yeah, he's got to watch out with that breaking ball. He's starting it way too close to the hitter. It doesn't have that much break. And here is Luke Patterson. You just hit a .174 hitter. And Patterson is hitting .250. Yeah, I don't know how much Coach Langford is going to call that pitch. He threw it once in the first inning effectively. The other ones have been sporadic. And you don't want traffic on the road. You don't want traffic either in Loveland or on the baseball field. Fastball is very high. 12 balls and 10 strikes for Farley. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, he definitely has some nerve issues out there, even in the 2nd inning. Got that first out, but a 1-2-3 inning would do wonders for this right-hander. The pitch. Swung on, chopped to third. Ortega to second. That is 1. Fajardo to first. And scooped up. No, it gets by the first baseman, Campa, backed up by Langford. That'll be an error on Fajardo. The fielder's choice goes 6-4. Boy, a good throw, and it's an easy double play. But it was not a good throw, and it was not scooped up. Really a 5-4 fielder's choice, but Jesse didn't read that at all very well. on the short hop, but it's not his error. It's on Fajardo. This is the number 9 hitter, Anthony Calabrese. But he's hitting 400 limited plate opportunities. The pitch, a strike with a fastball down the middle. It's 0-1. Yeah, you got to play smart defense here. The Mustangs have been playing pretty well this season, but that was just not a good throw. Braden's got to get something into that. The stretch and the offering, and the bender's in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, if you lose either of the next 2 games, you're going to drop in the RPI, even with a 5-3, 6-3, whatever record you have. That's why these are very significant. The offering, swing and a miss. Drop by Langford, it's 1-2. Now Colin did a nice job of ending the first inning with a strikeout, attempting to do the same in the second. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the offering, swung on and fouled to the backstop on a pitch up in the zone. Remains at 1-2. Fort Morgan is coming off a doubleheader sweep against Roosevelt. 11-4 and 7-2. Off of second is the runner and the pitch. Down and away. Runner almost trapped. Let's see where Langford's going to run back towards the pitcher. No throw there. Yeah, well off of second was Patterson, but Jackson didn't make a throw. 2 balls and 2 strikes as the runner scooted back there. Let's go, Colin. 1 pitch away from getting out of this very minor jam. And the 2-2, here it is. Swung on line, foul off to the left, way out in front. Yeah, I think his location, based on what we've seen, a good pitcher's location for Colin, is down and away. That's where he struck out Parsick to end the first inning. And the problem with not turning the double play is that the 9 hitter's up in the second inning instead of leading off the third. The offering, and he aimed that one. It's in the dirt. 3-2. Yeah, anytime you have an experienced pitcher, or an inexperienced pitcher, I should say, you got to make those plays behind him. You don't want to give any team an extra out. That's what they've done here. And the pitch. Swung on line. That's a base hit into left field. Let's see if they got to play at the plate. And Bill's going to fire home. It'll be cut off. And all the way through now. Went off Ortega's glove. Second hit of the inning as Calabrese delivers, but holding up at third was Patterson. And here's Cody Evans, who walked to begin the bottom of the first inning. And again, that's why you cannot give the extra out. Now they can take the lead with a base hit. So first and third for Mountain View. And Calabrese will run for himself. And that pitch was elevated. Collins got to keep it down to be effective. He got 2 ground balls in the first inning. One was actually a bunt. The other one was a bouncer right back to him. The pitch. And that one is up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Mustangs practiced last night. You'd think they took some infield. And it did not pay off earlier in this inning with a 5-4 instead of a 5-4-3. Swing and a miss. Again, pulling the string. Count is at 1-1. That looked like a changeup. You could tell what his breaking ball does as opposed to the changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 on, 2 out, 1-1. Fort Morgan and Mountain View in the bottom of the second. Patterson off of third. Calabrese at first. The pitch. And that one skips away. Here comes the runner covering as Farley. The slide, it's off his glove. And then that ball gets away. And to second is Calabrese. A wild pitch in an air on Farley. That ball got him in the glove. And it's 2-1 Mountain View. Second error of the inning for Fort Morgan. Yeah, that hit Farley right in the glove. A little bit of a high throw, but you got to secure that. and another runner in scoring position. He's got to just settle down here. He aimed that pitch completely. Just fire. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the offering. Swung on and fouled at the plate. That time he came in with 1. 2-2. Here to the number 1 hitter in the lineup, Cody Evans. Mountain View has the lead here in the second. Fort Morgan helped them out. And the pitch. Up and away. Ball 3, strike 2. Again, I think Coach Langford wants at least a minimum of 4 innings, hopefully 5 out of Farley. Off of second is Calabrese. And the 3-2 pitch, here it is. Oh, in the dirt. And Collin has issued a second walk. Here's Riley Cogan, who hit that bunt right back to the mound. Jackson Langford out to visit with his pitcher. He's just got to breathe. He's either short-arming or aiming. And again, 2 errors, but one of them was his. And this is why you cannot afford 1 mistake. And they had 1 crucial mistake here in this frame. So here we go. Cogan at 0 for 1. Mountain View looking to extend the advantage in the second, up 2-1. Looking back is Farley. And the pitch. Again, he's aiming. It's right in the dirt. He's completely aiming. That was way outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Runners take their leads. Collin looks back. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He's got to repeat that command. Repeat it. That ball was tailing away. I mean, that's a great pitch. But we're seeing that like once every 6 or 7 pitches, not 2 or 3 times in the same sequence. And the offering. Swung on and hit in the air to center field. Coming in as Briggs Wheatley, still coming. He will make the running catch. And that ends the bottom of the second inning. Not before Mountain View grabs the lead. A run on 1 hit. 2 Mustang errors and 2 left. Mustang Baseball is brought to you in part by Bank of Colorado. It's Mountain View 2, Fort Morgan 1 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. It's headed to the top of the third. Fort Morgan trails Mountain View 2-1 against right-hander Ryan MacArthur. It'll be Briggs Wheatley, Jackson Langford, and Nick Beltran. Mustangs had the first 2 on in the first inning, but played it just a 1 run on a fielder's choice. Would like a big rally here and have some breathing room for Collin, who has scuffled and labored through 2 innings, but he's kept his team in the game. Again, it's first varsity start, so it's not easy. On the road, not easy at all. Wheatley with an infield single his first time up. He swings and pops it foul off to the left and out of play, as giving chase was Bowser. No balls and 1 strike. And Wheatley tried to go the other way as he did the first time on that grounder on the left side that the third baseman picked up to his left, and that was a bang-bang play at first, but Wheatley beat it. And the offering, and the bender's down and in. 1-1. Let's see, the game time temperature is sitting at 77 degrees in Loveland. The offering, curveball is upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. Fort Morgan and Berthoud scheduled to start at 6:30. More than likely, that might be wishful thinking. The pitch outside with a fastball. Ball 3, strike 1. I mean, you'd have to get this game in about 2 hours, 2:10. You got to drive 12 miles, and the pitch, that is over but low, and it's a walk to Wheatley. Here comes Jackson Langford. He walked his first time up. And for this pitcher, Ryan MacArthur, that's his second walk. He's also got a wild pitch. He's had his struggles a little bit, just like but Collins making his first varsity start. MacArthur's got some innings under him this season. 14 2/3 going in. Langford awaits the pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. He's pulled out quite a bit. He stepped to his left. Yeah, it wasn't going to hit that pitch, especially with that left foot up the third baseline. No balls and 1 strike. Whately with plenty of speed at first. Let's see if he takes off, but it's a short 1.5 lead. Throw back to first. He was leaning, but back in standing. Now, Whately doesn't need a big lead to swipe second. Just give him a little bit of breathing room, and he'll take off. Another stretch. Langford awaits the 0-1 throw back to first again. He took a step towards second, but this might be the one aspect of his game that Briggs is still working on. The base running, the base stealing. He's got the speed, but reading the pitcher, and this is a right-hander. He goes, swung on and fouled. Oh, good runner's pitch. But now it's 0-2. Had a really good jump there. Really good jump. That might have just been a straight hit and run. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, top 3. Mountain View on their home field leads Fort Morgan 2-1, going for the season sweep. Langford awaits the pitch. Here it is. Fastball is upstairs. 1-2. Mountain View won their first 3 games of 2021, 2 of those in extra innings, one over Fort Morgan, the other over Niwot, and they've lost 5 straight. Mustangs lost their first 2 and have won 5 in a row. Throw back to first, and back in standing is Briggs Whately. One ball, 2 strikes. Boy, Jack's got a huge hole between short and third if he can pull it. The pitch, runner goes, swung on and popped up. Whately's got to get back to first towards the mound. Third baseman Bowser calls for it. He's got it, and Whately is back to first. They threw him an off-speed pitch, and Jack was way underneath it. 1 out. Here is Nick Beltran. Beltran at 0 for 1. The 6'4 fielder's choice in the opening inning, scoring Whately. But he doesn't have him at third this time. He's got him at first. MacArthur looks back. And the pitch runner goes. Swung on and foul back. And Nick is pulling off that pitch. Didn't hit that ball hard at all. Whately could have had 2 or 3 stolen bases in this sequence, but they're trying to execute the hit and run. And I tell you what, you got to sit back. MacArthur's throwing some good all-speed stuff, and the Mustangs are out in front on some of these pitches. No balls and 1 strike. 2-1 Mountain View in the third. Throw back to first and nearly wide of the target, but hauled in. Whately back in standing. Again, Fort Morgan looking for that big hit, at least to get a runner in scoring position. The pitch, squaring to bunt, lays it down foul up the third base side. Good idea, and the third baseman was way back. And this is an issue right now. Fort Morgan is not executing consistently. Not in this game on the offensive end or defensively. They had 2 errors in the second inning. And Nick had a pitch to bunt there and just tried to paint the line way too easy. Now he's down to the count at 0-2. On deck is Jesse Campa, the stretch. Time is called. Yeah, against this pitcher, you have to sit back most of the time, not every time. The stretch. Awaiting the pitch, throw back to first. He's going to keep going over there. He knows Whately's going to take off at some point. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 1 out, top 3. The Mustangs trail by a run in Loveland. Let's see if MacArthur actually comes home here. And he does not. He throws to first again. Oh, gosh. This is getting painful to watch. I wish there was almost a limit. He doesn't have the quickest move to the plate. That's why he's going to first. The stretch. And again to first. Come on. Wow. Well, he can throw as many times as he wants over there. There's no rule against it. No balls and 2 strikes on this hitter, Beltran. And MacArthur delivers, runner going. Swung on, hit slowly on the ground on the second base side. It'll be an easy toss to first underhand. And retired as Beltran. To second is Wheatley as Patterson makes the play. So they do get a runner in scoring position. And because Beltran failed to lay down a bunt, Wheatley has to get over there. And actually got over there anyway. Even though the ball was not struck, he would have had the stolen base. Here's Campa, who popped to left his first time up. Fort Morgan has 2 hits, as does Mountain View. Looking to tie the game with a base hit is Campa. The stretch. MacArthur, the right-hander, looks back, and the pitch. And the curveball's in the dirt, blocked by Nicholson. 1 ball and no strikes. Off of second is Wheatley. He walked to begin the inning. Mustangs have not moved him over too much there. The offering. Swung on, grounded up the middle. Shortstop Bauman to his left has got it. Fires to first. And retired as Jesse Campa. So the Mustangs in the top of the 3rd inning. No runs, no hits. No errors and a man left in scoring position. Mustang baseball is brought to you in part by Morgan Community College. 2 1/2 complete. It is Mountain View 2, Fort Morgan 1 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. 2-1 Mountain View as we move to the bottom of the 3rd inning. And Fort Morgan's struggles on offense continue early in the game. Remember, they did nothing against Roosevelt in game 1 until the 5th inning. They were held to 1 hit, and even in the second game, they scored 4 runs in the first, and that was all aided by errors. The winning streak started with a 3-1 victory over Frederick, with a run in the 6th and 2 in the 7th. It has taken a while for these Mustangs at 5-2 to get going offensively in really virtually every game this season, with the exception of Northridge. Riverdale Ridge game perhaps, but that was only a 6-0 game. Here's Logan Nicholson. The pitch upstairs from Farley. 21 balls, 20 strikes. Nicholson grounded right back to the mound his first time up. 1-0. Swung on and fouled to the backstop on a pitch that was tailing in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, temperature just above the mid-70s mark, 77. We'll have a JV game coming up a little bit later on here on this field. The offering. Swung on, grounded up the middle, headed for center field. Beltran, the shortstop, spins behind the back, throws to first for the out. Tremendous defensive play by Nick Beltran. And there's 1 down in the bottom of the 3rd inning. He robbed Nicholson of a base hit. That'll send up Aaron Bauman, who singled and driving in a run his first time up. Well, that's the defense Farley needs. Play solid behind him, then let's get going offensively. Bauman's base hit was to right field. The offering. And again, he's aiming. Yeah, that's a total aim, about 5 feet outside. It's just got a release. 1 ball and no strikes. The stretch. 1-0 inside. Farley has walked 2 so far in this game. He also has a balk and a wild pitch. 2 balls and no strikes. And the offering. And that is a strike on the inside corner at the knees. It's 2-1 to Aaron Bauman. This is such a dangerous game. Anytime you're on a streak and you're playing a team in a slump, it's a very dangerous game for the team that has won 5 straight like Fort Morgan has. The offering. Swing and a foul to the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here to Aaron Bauman. Let's see if Colin can put him away with this one. Don't want to get to a 3-2. Here it is. Oh, Why even set up out there? Jack was set up outside, and that's almost a kiss of death because it was thrown even further outside. 3-2. Just set up over the middle. Make it easy for this pitcher. You don't want to make it too complicated. Setting up outside on a 2-2. If it's 0-2, that's a different story. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded. Oh, that's fair. That looked like it was outside the line. It is a fair ball. Baumann around first, headed for second with a double. I'm not sure about that. I thought it was outside the line. But it's a one-out double for Baumann. Wow. Well, Frank Ortega's not selling it at all over there. It started off fair, but I'm not sure that went over the bag. Nonetheless, here's Daniel Parsick, who struck out looking his first time up. Colin Reddy looking back. The stretch. And the pitch. Swung on, drilled foul by about 50 to 100 feet there. It's a wide range. It's 0-1. And again, traffic once again in scoring position for Mountain View. Mustangs trailing 2-1 in the bottom of the third. Third hit for Mountain View, the second for Baumann. And the offering. That is a beautiful pitch. Need more of those, Colin. Right there on the outer half of the fastball, thigh high. It's 0-2. He finds the magic occasionally, but 27 strikes and 24 balls. 51 pitches. No balls and 2 strikes. Off of second is Baumann. He struck out Parsick his last time up. Runner goes. Swing and foul to the screen on a pitch down and in. Remains at 0-2 on pitch number 52 in this game by Colin Farley. And get him through 4 or 5 and then see what happens after that. But we're only in the third right now. Now you can set up outside. But he's set up towards the middle of the plate. The pitch swung on and fouled straight back on a pitch up in the zone. Remains at no balls and 2 strikes to the number 5 hitter, Parsick. And the Mustangs down by a run here in the third. Are they going to go with a hook here? Make sure you don't hit this batter. The pitch. That is just outside. Great location there. You start hitting your spots like that, then Colin will feel even more comfortable. But again, it's about replication. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Baumann's got a huge lead. Beltran sneaking in behind him. Now here comes Fajardo. The offering. Swing and a miss. He pulled the string and struck out Parsick for the second time in the game. 2 down. That's a quality pitch by the junior right-hander, Colin Farley. Here's Jaden Bowser. The only left-handed hitter in the lineup, lined to first. And I think I mentioned he lined it to Bills earlier. It was lined to Kempa, obviously. Malachi's in left field. Let's see if Colin can get this hitter. The offering. That's a fastball in the outside corner. That is a beautiful pitch. Strike 1. These last 4 or 5 pitches, easily the best sequence we've seen from Colin Farley. Off of second is Baumann. At the belt. And the 0-1 runner going, and it's outside in the dirt. Throw to third, the tag, and see, out. Okay, thought he was out. I wasn't sure of the call. That was a quick trigger there, and the inning is over. Frank Ortega tags out Baumann on the caught stealing. 2-5. No runs in the inning. On 1 hit, no errors, and the bases were left empty. Mustang Baseball is brought to you in part by High Plains Bank at Wiggins. It's Mountain View 2, Fort Morgan 1 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the top of the 4th inning. The Mustangs are looking to get back even here, trailing 2-1. Jackson Langford just gunned down Aaron Baumann at third. On that caught stealing to end the bottom of the third, it'll be Braden Fajardo, K.O. Langford, and Malachi Bills against right-hander Ryan MacArthur. 41 pitches, 25 of those strikes. The Mustangs have 2 hits in the game, base hits by Wheatley and Bills. They've got to bunch these things together. Fajardo with a soft liner to third in his first plate appearance. And the pitch up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, I think ideally, if the Mustangs can grab at least a 2 to 3 run lead by the 6th inning, then you replace Farley and you go to your bullpen and nail this game down. Next pitch is down and in. MacArthur does have 2 walks in the game, and it's 2-0. Braden awaits the pitch. Swung on, grounded foul along the third base side. There is activity in the Fort Morgan bullpen. See if we can pick up who that is. Pitch, and that ball hit him on the jersey. So all it got was jersey, and he's on. Well, Fort Morgan in 3 of the 4 innings has had the leadoff man on base. Cale Langford popped to center his first time up. Cale with a huge 5-for-6 performance against Roosevelt. His average went from the 200s to well into the 400s. Speed at first, speed at the plate. MacArthur at the belt. The pitch, squaring to bunt. It's in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. I think it's spit up there to the umpire's face right through the mask. 1 ball and no strikes. Even though Fort Morgan's had just 2 hits, they have had base runners. Mountain View with 3 hits in the game. Looking over at first is MacArthur. Fajardo with a short advantage. Throw back to first, back in diving. Well, we saw what happened when Wheatley was over there. There were at least, I would say, 8 or 9 throws over there. At least 8 or 9 throws. Langford awaits. Let's see if he squares to bunt. Throw back to first. Low throw, but Parsick applies a sweep tag too late. Langford digging back in. Now a 2-step advantage. The pitch. Swung on and fisted on the ground, foul up the third base side. Got jammed badly. Hard to time out this pitcher. Doesn't throw with a ton of velocity, but it's got good stuff. Really good stuff. Fort Morgan really hasn't squared him up. The base hit by Bills was hit dead up the middle. That was it. The one by Wheatley was a grounder to the left side that didn't have a lot of velocity off the bat. That's why he beat it out. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, nobody out. The pitch, squaring to bunt. That is a strike. Took the bat back and didn't wave at it. It's 1-2. It was on the outer half. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cale Langford. The only time the Mustangs have had back-to-back hitters on the bases was in the first inning. The first 2 hitters. The offering in the dirt with a curveball. Ball skips up the first base side. Taking off for second, Fajardo. He slides in head first on the wild pitch. Nice aggressive base running by the junior second baseman. All right, now you got a man in scoring position with nobody out. Wheatley was in scoring position in the third with 2 down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch to Cale. Curveball is outside. Oh, they called him. Oh, jeez. Wow. I mean, that's really a delayed call. Called strike 3 on the outside corner, but a real delayed call there. 1 down. Here's Bills. Yeah, I thought it missed the corner, but they rung him up. Malachi with a base hit his first time up. Off of second is Braden, the pitch. And the curveball is up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, we've already seen when this umpire rings somebody up, he's going to take his time. He'll say it, but then it will not start as mechanic until about a second or 2 later. And the 1-0 from MacArthur. And it bounces in, but blocked by Nicholson. No advance. 2 balls and no strikes with Frank Ortega, who struck out his first time, waiting to hit next. MacArthur nearly halfway through a maximum pitch count of 110. He's at 52 through 3 1/3 innings. The offering. Outside runner going to third. Oh, boy, and he dropping the ball was Nicholson, and Fajardo did not get a good jump. That could have been an issue there. He did not get a good jump, but he's got the bag. No throw because Nicholson couldn't hold on to the ball. And now we're at 3-0 to Malachi Bills. The offering in the dirt. Another walk in the inning. Actually, the first one was a hit batter. Here's Ortega. Well, is Josh going to have that delayed steal, so to speak, there for Malachi? I don't know if you do it yet. I don't know if you want to do it trailing 2-1 in the fourth inning. It's already middle of the game. It's worked for Fort Morgan, but at some point it's not going to work. The stretch. Pitch to Ortega. And that skips away, and here comes Fajardo to the plate. He will score. Bills to second, and the Mustangs have tied the game at 2 in a wild pitch. Hard to see if that actually got there on the fly, but Nicholson tried to cradle it to no avail. Also, Fort Morgan has done nothing in this inning really to earn that run other than a couple of stolen bases, so that helps, but they haven't put the ball in play to score the run. Once again, Frankie, his first time up, struck out, hitting .217 going into the game. The offering outside. MacArthur now losing a little control. 29 strikes, 27 balls. 2 balls and no strikes. And if you get Ortega on, more than likely Briggs Wheatley will hit in this inning, and we'll have a visit to the hill. MacArthur had some good control in the first 3 innings, but not now. And let's see if Fort Morgan can take advantage. Again, still looking for that big hit to separate themselves from this particular opponent, at least grab about a 2-run lead. They led early 1-0. Like a good neighbor, Greg Mullen and his team at State Farm Insurance are there to make the insurance world easy for you. 842-4555, Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. My colleague Brian Nickel will be taking in the games today, is already doing so. He'll be with me on Thursday for the single game at home against Thompson Valley. And then Fort Morgan travels to Severance. Or is you going to Kansas now, Brian? No. Okay. Oh, did I make a mistake? Chase Redding. Oh, Redding is warming up at the bullpen. The pitch. And that is a strike on the inside corner. Why am I giving away Brian's travel plans on air? You know, my bad. I'm in trouble now. 2 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, Redding, a sophomore, was the one warming up. And the pitch. And that is low. Ball 3, strike 1. Yeah, if Fort Morgan can get by this game with 2 pitchers who have never pitched at the varsity level, that would be something. And 3-1 to Frank Ortega. Here it is. Swung on and fouled on the off speed. Got it off the end of the bat. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 on. 1 across, top of the 4th inning. Fort Morgan and Mountain View are tied at 2 in Loveland. Ortega now awaiting the payoff pitch. Here it is. Swung on and lifted into deep left field. That ball's got some carry, but now it's dying out there. And the catch is going to be made by Riley Cogan. Back to second as Bills. There's 2 down. I thought that ball was hit even better than that, but it just died in the wind. And here's Levi McCoy. Well, that's too bad. Wind is whipping out there, and I thought that was going to carry. Looks like about 350 some odd, 356 maybe in the alley in left center. So he hit it a fairly long way, but in the air, it held up. McCoy struck out his first time. MacArthur, huge lead for Bills. The pitch, down and away. And again, Fort Morgan has an opportunity for the second time in the game to clear the 9-hitter and have the number 1 hitter hit. And Wheatley is used to leading off the game, but you don't want him leading off 3 times in this game in his first 3 plate appearances. He's an RBI guy. Check swing, but it looked like he went. I think they're going to ring him up. They do. Ring him up for strike 1 at least. 1 ball and 1 strike to Levi McCoy. That would have been 2-0, but he took a hack at that one. Bills with 4, with 5 steps ahead of the bag at second. MacArthur comes home. That's a fastball, strike 2 on the outer half, thigh high. Located that one beautifully. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Farley's normally been in this slot. He was hit by a pitch on the hand. They thought he might have broken it. Obviously, he didn't because he's pitching today. The offering in the dirt with a breaking ball. McCoy lays off. Nicholson couldn't find it, but he rips off the mask. It's right next to the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The sun is not going away at all. Gorgeous day in Loveland. And again, Bills off of second. He would love to score in this inning. And the 2-2. Breaking ball in the dirt again. Levi McCoy was tempted to swing at the last 2, but he got very disciplined there. Nice job by McCoy, 3-2. Here's a huge pitch. Huge pitch coming up on both sides. Here it is. That is off the glove. No, it's a called strike 3. It might be. No, it is a called strike 3. It's a called strike 3, but off the glove of Nicholson, a pass ball. So McCoy's going to reach. Credit the strikeout on the drop third strike. That's why the umpire signaled safe, because the ball was not caught. So a huge break for Fort Morgan. Here's Briggs Wheatley. It's almost like Nicholson closed the glove too early. And let's see if Fort Morgan can capitalize on this error, which is not an error, but just a miscue. The pitch outside, taking off for second is McCoy, no throw with a delayed steal. Now Wheatley's got a chance to give Fort Morgan a 4-2 advantage with a base hit. Got to sit back on this pitcher, though. Wheatley with an infield single to the left side his first time up. Walked his second time, so he has not been retired so far today. And the pitch. Down and in, and it skips away to the screen. Here comes Bills. McCoy's going to round third, and McCoy's going to stay right there as Nicholson gets to the ball. And Fort Morgan now leads 3-2. This is amazing. Fort Morgan has not had to do anything here offensively. Nothing. And the entire infield will convene here on a conversation with MacArthur. 2 balls, no strikes to Levi McCoy. I checked that to Briggs Wheatley. McCoy just reached via a strikeout, but a drop third strike. What a difference. It could have been still 2-1. Instead, it's 3-2. Big difference. Or it could have been 2-2. McCoy walked with a tie game intact at that point. 2 balls and no strikes, and the game not moving along now. With deliberate motions to the plate. The pitch swung on, grounded foul sharply up the first base side, well out in front. And again, Briggs knows that. You got to really sit back. Fort Morgan has 3 runs on only 2 hits. Mountain View 2 runs on 3 hits. The pitch swung on and fisted in the air down the third base side. Bowser dies but cannot make the catch, shy of the fence in foul territory. 2-2. I think Briggs just wants to hit this ball slowly in the ground. So hard to wait on this kid. That's why nobody's squaring it up. 3 balls and 2 strikes, or 2 balls and 2 strikes with McCoy at third. Wheatley awaits. MacArthur, the right-hander, delivers. Swung on line, base hit right center field. That might roll for a while. Wheatley's around first. McCoy's going to score. Wheatley's going to go for 3 as he rounds second. It's a 2-out RBI triple for Briggs Wheatley as he slides in safely. And the Mustangs lead 4-2 in the 4th inning. Well, he sat back on that one. Here's Jackson Langford, who walked and popped to third. He is 0 for 1. What a beautiful job of hitting by Wheatley, and that pitch was up in the zone where he likes it. Wheatley is 2 for 2, and he's been on base all 3 times. That's what one of your best players does. Jackson awaits the pitch. Fastball is a strike at the knees. No balls and one strike. First hit of the inning for Fort Morgan, but it's their third run. Langford awaits. The pitch. Slow curve is hit in the air softly to left field. Coming on, still coming. It's going to be caught. What a catch by Bauman, the shortstop. Holy Mahungus, that was a great catch with his back to the infield. It would have been an RBI single, but Bauman makes a spectacular play, and that ends it for the Mustangs. 3 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Mustang Baseball is brought to you in part by Western Engineering Consultants. 3.5 innings are complete. The score, Fort Morgan 4, Mountain View 2 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. 4-2, the Mustangs lead Mountain View as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning in Loveland. Briggs Wheatley just delivered an RBI triple to extend a 3-2 lead. Farley will face the bottom of the order, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, Jaden Bowser, Dalton Bartholome, and Luke Patterson. And so far, Colin has held his own. Just got a pitch, no aiming. Allowed a run in the first, 1 in the second, nothing in the third. Bowser was up there when Bauman was caught stealing. Lined out to Campa's first time up. Pretty high sky here. There's some clouds. The stretch with the bases empty in the pitch. Fastball is up and away. This is where you carry over that momentum offensively to the field. Get a 1, 2, 3. Hopefully maybe no more than, if you allow a runner, no more than 1. And the 1-0. Oh, boy. Way outside. He went with a breaking ball, and I don't know why that pitch is even called. I have no idea why that pitch is called. You're down in the count, and you're throwing a breaking ball, but that's coming from the dugout. 2 balls and no strikes. You just got to go fastball here, changeup. The pitch, not even close, upstairs, 3-0. And again, we have seen times where he's just aimed the baseball. 3-0 pitch. That's way up and away, and the ball skips to the screen. Bowser is going to get the first. He'll round first, but he's not going anywhere. I think that leash is getting a little bit shorter here for Colin. 31 strikes, 30 balls. That ratio at any level is not good. With 3 walks, a balk, and a hit batter, and a wild pitch. Here's Bartholome. He was hit by the pitch. How about a double play here? That would solve everything. Short lead at first. Bartholome awaits. That's up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Coach Langford has to be very careful not to allow too much traffic before he pulls Farley. I know he wants to get him through at least 4 innings, if not 5. 1-0. Here it is. Swung on, drilled foul up the left side. That fooled nobody. But luckily he was way out in front. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Mustangs lead 4-2 in the bottom of the 4th inning with 3 runs in the top half of this frame. They're shading this hitter to left center. Bartholome awaits. Swung on, grounded down to third. Ortega to second. That is 1 to first, and that would, stop that, Jesse. It was into the ground, and Braden should have held that. I'm not sure why he threw it. That's not a double play grounder. That's not a double play grounder. You got to hold that baseball as a second baseman. Nothing good is going to happen there, but they got the lead out. Good backhanded play by Ortega. Here's Patterson. Patterson's the one who grounded to third, which should have been a 5-4-3 double play, but the bad throw from Fajardo advanced the runner to second. Hitting with an open stance from the right side. Short lead at first. by Bartholomew. And the pitch. Low. 1 ball and no strikes. In games like this, you see these type of stats where the team with the lead has more runs than they do hits. That's the case here. 4 runs on 3 hits for Fort Morgan. Wheatley has 2 of them. 1-step advantage at first. The pitch. That's a fastball for a strike on the outside corner, knee high. Count levels at 1-1 to Luke Patterson. Mustangs have done a good job of turning double plays in recent games. Nothing so far today. 1-1 count. Runner takes off for second, and the breaking ball swung on and missed. No throw. He took off even before Colin came to the plate. Easy stolen base. Easy. It's a great breaking ball, though. Threw him a tremendous pitch. 1-2. Yeah, odd that he took off so quickly, and what a great pitch thrown by Farley. But now he's looking for the out pitch. Farley's got 2 strikeouts in the game, both of Daniel Parsick. 1 ball, 2 strikes, looking back. And the offering. Swing and foul tipped into the glove of Langford. And it's a strikeout of Patterson, 2 down. Nice job. Colin Farley has been battling the entire game, and it paid off there. Here's Anthony Calabrese, single to left his first time up. Well, he's looking for his 2nd straight inning of not allowing a run. Colin looks back. The pitch. Oh, and he hit him. Oh, gosh. Oh, what a mistake that is. You cannot hit the 9-hitter. 2nd hit batsman. Here's Evans, who's walked twice. I think that's going to be it. Here comes Josh Langford. I'm not sure. I thought he might have signaled for a pitcher. Let's see. Yeah, you cannot hit the 9-hitter. Just a mistake you don't want to make. At this point, let's see if they take the ball from him or he's going to allow him to finish. Colin has had traffic in every inning and was looking good, but he just hit a batter and it wasn't even close. Got him near the backside. And again, the 2nd hit batsman, Langford, with an extended conversation. He's going to wait till the last second as the home plate umpire comes out. And he's going to take the ball from him. We will have a pitching change here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Mustang Baseball is brought to you in part by Buildings by Design. 2 outs, 2 on, bottom of the 4th. The new pitcher is coming in, and we'll tell you about him in 1 minute. Fort Morgan 4, Mountain View 2 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Nick Beltran is the new pitcher. The runners out there are Farley's responsibility. Bottom of the 4th inning, the Mustangs lead 4-2. Beltran was the losing pitcher in the extra inning loss, but he threw 3 scoreless against Roosevelt over a span of 2 games. That means Malachi Bills is now at first, Frankie Ortega from 3rd to short, Jesse Campa from 1st to 3rd, and Levi McCoy is now in left. You get all those changes with Beltran coming on to pitch. And Cody Evans has walked twice. The stretch and the offering. Fastball, a strike on the inner half. It's 0-1. Fort Morgan with a 4-2 lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. At second is Bartholomew. Calabrese at first. The offering. And that fastball is down and away. Count levels at 1-1. Coach Langford was waiting until the last possible second, and he took the ball. And the breaking ball is up and in. Ball 2, strike 1. You have an experienced senior in for a junior. Let's see. Beltran is called upon to retire this hitter. The pitch swung on and fouled off to the right. Throwing from 2 different angles, 3/4 and over the top. 2-2. Evans has had to swing the bat here after walking, as I mentioned, the first 2 times. Runners take their leads. And the pitch. Swung on line. That's a base hit into left field. That's going to score a run, a soft liner. And it's going to go cut off there on the throw by Jesse Campa. Boy, just a soft liner off the end of the bat by Evans. And Bartolome scores. It's 4-3. And that run is charged to Colin Farley. Advancing to second is Calabrese. Here's Kogan. A fielder's choice, and he lined out just past 5 o'clock. This is KPRB, Brush Fort Morgan, Morgan County's B106. Fastball is down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Was not hit hard, but in the perfect spot, and that's what baseball's all about. The stretch. Beltran delivers. Swung on, popped up, should end the inning. Who's going to call for it? The shortstop, Ortega, on the edge of the grass. Makes the grab, and Mountain View is limited to 1 run in the bottom of the 4th inning. They do it on a base hit. No errors and 2 men left. We head to the 5th. Fort Morgan 4, Mountain View 3 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Mustangs have the lead going into the 5th inning, but they'd like some separation here. 4-3 over Mountain View and Loveland, looking for the season split after Mountain View earlier this month on a Saturday in Fort Morgan won 8-6 in 8 innings. It'll be the heart of the order. Beltran, Campa, and Fajardo against the right-hander Ryan MacArthur. Beltran is 0 for 2, grounded to short and grounded to second. Drove in a run with the first one. And he steps in from the left side. Fort Morgan's had the first man on base quite a bit in this game. I think 3 out of 4 innings they've had the leadoff hitter on. I see a Beltran might be called upon to bunt. Wind and pitch. Swung on and foul back. No balls and 1 strike. Been a streaky hitter this season. We'll have 3 hits and then go 0 for 4. Had a couple of infield hits against Roosevelt in that 2-run double. The offering. And bunts it up the third base side. That's going to be trouble. And barehanded throw to first. And that's going to be way late. And the ball is up the right field line. Beltran might be able to take 2 bases. Beltran at second. Beltran's going to be headed for third. And he's going to be in there. That'll be a base hit on this bunt. And the Mustangs are in business. The air on the pitcher, MacArthur. On really a perfect bunt up the third base side. And I believe that's the first error on Mountain View. And it is. It'll send up Jesse Campa, and the infield is playing in, with the Mustangs holding a 4-3 lead. And the pitch. And that's over for a strike at the knees. Momentum in this game can turn if Fort Morgan does not score. But if they get that run right back, Beltran's going to wait till the ball's hit in the outfield. The pitch in the dirt. Back to third is Nick. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, I'm not sure MacArthur should have thrown that ball. Nick was going to beat that out regardless. And instead, it got well into foul territory. 1 ball and 1 strike. Campa waits. The offering. Slow curve is low. Ball 2, strike 1. Jesse popped to left and grounded to short. Anything in the outfield will give the Mustangs a 2-run lead. The pitch. Swung on and lifted into deep left center field. That one's way back. That's going to clear the left fielder in the gap. Beltran will score easily. Jesse Campa to second with an RBI double. Fort Morgan 5, Mountain View 3 in the top of the 5th inning. That ball was tagged. Here's Fajardo lined out and was hit by a pitch. Now you really want to stretch this lead. Get to 4 or 5 runs here and make it easier on your defense and your pitching. Again, the Mustangs slated to start at 6:30. That will not happen. Not against Berthoud. No way. Unless they score a bunch of runs here and play a 5-inning game. MacArthur looks back. The offering. And that's a fastball for a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. How about that? Back-to-back hits to begin the inning. One went about 15 feet, if even that. The other went well over 300 feet. Jesse leads off of second. Fajardo waits, squaring to bunt, and he pops it up, and Nicholson dives. Did he make the catch? He did. That's a great play. He dove towards the fence and made the catch. Logan Nicholson for the first out. That is outstanding. One down. That sends up K.O. Langford, who popped out and struck out looking. Yeah, you don't want just one in the inning. Now when you have a runner in scoring position with no out, now it's one out. K.O. from the right side. Awaits the pitch. Here it comes. That's a fastball. Strike one on the outer half at the knees. No balls and one strike. Jesse Campa with a 5-step advantage. Bauman sneaking in behind him at short. MacArthur looking back. Coming home. Curveball tapped right back to the mound. They've got Campa caught. Now they're going to throw to first for the out. Campa to third, the throw, the tag. He's going to be out. That is going to be a 1-3-5 double play. And Fort Morgan scores a run in the inning, and that's it. On 2 hits, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Mustang Baseball brought to you in part by Stubbs Gas and Oil. The score, Fort Morgan 5, Mountain View 3 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Well, Nick Beltran is now the pitcher of record. Colin Farley did not go the required 4 innings for the decision, as the Mustangs lead the game 5-3 over Mountain View and Loveland going into the bottom of the 5th inning. It will be Logan Nicholson, who's grounded out to the mound and grounded to short on that play made by Beltran behind the bag, that spin throw, followed by Aaron Bauman and Daniel Parsick, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. This will be the toughest part of the lineup, at least based on the numbers. Righty against righty. And the pitch. Down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. 5 runs for Fort Morgan on 5 hits. 3 runs on 4 hits for Mountain View. Mustangs have 2 errors. Mountain View with 1. Fastball is off the glove of Langford to the screen. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Close the book on Farley. He goes 3 2/3, 69 pitches, the pitch. And that is up and in. Not a good start there for Nick. 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, a balk, 2 hit batsmen, and a wild pitch. 3-0 pitch. Right over the plate for a strike. It's 3-1. 3-1 to Nicholson with Bauman on deck. Let's see if we just go straight fastball here. 3-1 pitch. Swung on line. That's a base hit into right field. Let's see if they're going to have a play at first. The throw is going to go through, but late. Nice throw there by Langford, but Beltran gives up the base hit on the 3-1 pitch. Here's Bauman. He's been a pest here. A single and a double. He's been very good here for Mountain View. Mustangs looking for the double play. But again, that's what happens when you fall behind. You got to come in with one. Very hittable fastball thrown by Nick Beltran. He will give up his share of hits. The pitch. Swung on, grounded left side. The shortstop, Ortega, bobbles, throws to second for 1. And they do get the force. That's a big play over there as he got to his knees for the force. 6-4. Eliminating the runner at first. Logan Nicholson, there's 1 down. Here's Daniel Parsick, who struck out twice against Farley. It's the other thing with Beltran. He's not going to throw a ton of pitches unless he falls behind in the count. These hitters will be swinging away. Bauman's got speed over there, about a 3-step lead. And the pitch. Down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Here to Daniel Parsick, 5-3. Fort Morgan leads Mountain View. with 1 out and 1 on, bottom of the 5th inning. Throw back to first, back and diming is Bauman. Back in the box is Parsick. Ahead in the count at 1-0. Laying down the sign is Langford. Long pause. The pitch swung on, drilled deep to left field. If that is fair, it's going to be gone, but that is way foul. That should have, no, is that fair? I thought it was foul. Yeah, that's got to be foul. Yeah, that looked like it was foul by at least 10 feet. He hung a changeup, and it's 1-1. I would have been shocked had that been fair. I mean, you could tell he pulled it off the bat. But Nick's got to locate better than that. Terrible location. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, foul by a good, I'd say 5 to 10 feet off the bat. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Parsick awaits the pitch, and he takes it for a ball. Man, that was good-looking pitch there on the outside corner. I'm not sure where it missed. Maybe just a tad outside. Now you wonder off that swing by Parsick if Beltran doesn't have his good changeup today. The wind is whipping. 2-1. Long pause and the pitch. Swing and a miss through the fastball right by him. And maybe that's why he's going fastball, because he timed out the changeup. 2-2. Yeah, you don't want to call a changeup if it's going to hang like that. That was nearly a tie game. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Beltran at the belt. The pitch. That is a called strike 3 on a breaking ball on the outside corner, 2 down in the 5th inning. And Parsick has struck out 3 times in the game. Boy, you go 2 pitches earlier, it was nearly a home run, or 3 pitches earlier. And Beltran came back. Jaden Bowser is lined to first and walked, the lone left-handed hitter for Mountain View. Bauman with a 2-step advantage. And the pitch down and in and nearly off the glove of Langford. 1 ball and no strikes. Game is an hour and 40 minutes old. Almost through 5. Mustangs just need 1 more out with a 2-run lead to get to the 6th. Nick Beltran. Long pause and time is called. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 on, 2 down. Mustang pitchers have 4 strikeouts today. And that is off the glove. That'll be a pass ball on Langford. On a pitch down in the zone, it's 2-0. Not sure what he was thinking there. If he was crossed up, but that's a pass ball. So 2 balls and no strikes. Mountain View trying to get to within 1 or tie the game. Remember, Beltran did give up a home run to Mountain View this year. The pitch, down and in. I'm not sure if he's pitching around this guy. 3-0. There is a base open now, but you don't want the go-ahead run this late in the game to come up. 3 balls, no strikes. The pitch, that's on the outside corner, strike 1 to Jaden Bowser. He had a 3-1 count earlier in this inning, and it resulted in a base hit, so Nick's got to come up with a different plan here to keep Mountain View off the board. Bauman off of second. Long pause. Looks back again. 3-1 pitch. Swung on, lifted into left center field. A long run for Wheatley, and I don't think he's going to get over there. And that ball's going to go over his head, up against the fence. A run will score, and Bowser's got a 2-out RBI double. Hit into the left center field gap. It's 5-4 Fort Morgan. Again, he got a pitch up in the zone. Nick's got to keep that ball down. Way too easy to stroke that one. Looks like Briggs is winded out there. He ran a long way. If that's hit in the right center field gap, he might have a chance, but not where it was hit there in the left center field gap. Here's Dalton Bartholome. This could be a brand new game. Hit by a pitch and hit into a fielder's choice. The stretch, looking back. The offering, low. Jackson's having some trouble back there. The way he caught that, he kind of pulled the glove back. 1 ball and no strikes. And Nick has not thrown well. 12 balls and 12 strikes. He has really scuffled. His numbers are close to Collins. Swung on, grounder to third, and Campa's got it. The throw to first is going to be off the glove of Malachi Bills. And are they going to send the runner? It's going to be an error. Error on the throw there by Campa up the first base side, and the inning is extended. But the runner did not score from third. It looked like Bowser had a shot. Come on, guys, you got to make a routine play there. And now Fort Morgan with 3 errors in the game. Yeah, that throw was a little bit up the first base side, offline. And here is Luke Patterson, a fielder's choice and a strikeout. I mean, if you're going to be a team contending to make it to the state tournament, that's a routine play that has to be made. If Mountain View scores from here on out, it'll be unearned. The stretch and the pitch. That's a strike with a fastball in the outer half at the knees. It's 0-1. Quite frankly, Fort Morgan's defense the last 3 games was pretty good. The issue they had were pickoffs at first, but they have not played well in this one with 3 errors. Mountain View with only 1. Beltran with the offering. Swung on. That's going to tie the game and maybe more. It's in the gap into right center field. That ball's going to roll for a while all the way to the fence. 1 run is in. Here comes a second. It's a 2-out, 2-run double for Patterson. And Mountain View leads 6-5 in the bottom of the 5th inning. And those runs are unearned. That's what happens when you don't make the play with 2 down. Mountain View is in the lead. Fort Morgan will be down to their final 6 outs. And here's Anthony Calabrese, singled and hit by a pitch. And Nick is getting tagged. He's getting hit hard here. He has not thrown the ball well. The stretch and the offering. That changeup is there for a strike. It's 0-1. I mean, he is not fooling these hitters at all. Back-to-back doubles has given Mountain. Let's head to the top of the 6th inning. By the way, that was not my personal phone I was referring to. It's the line that we're using, the tie line. Pitch is up and in. Fort Morgan trails 6-5 here to Mountain View now in the top of the 6th inning. They got to get back to work. The Mustangs had the lead going in 5-3, but Beltran allowed 3 runs, only 1 earned. Swung on and driven into the right center field gap. That could be trouble to his right, and was the catch made out there. And nope, it's going to drop in for a base hit. There was a lunge out there by Bartholome, but it's a base hit for Bills. He's been on base 3 times, a single, a walk, and another single. And once again, the Mustangs pick up a leadoff hit. And they've had men on base in every inning. And no difference there. With Malachi Bills getting on. The offering. And that one skips right into the glove of Nicholson. Ortega struck out and popped out. He is overdue. Hitting .217 going into the game. 0 for 2 in this game. Will this be a crushing loss or a come-from-behind win for the Mustangs? With a man at first and nobody out of the 6th inning. The pitch swung on. That is lifted into left field. An easy play for Riley Cogan along the line. Makes the catch. 1 down. Frankie's just out in front. He's got to sit back. Sit back. He was way out in front of that pitch. Here's Levi McCoy. This is where you have the advantage as the home team. You play with an extra 6 outs here. But Fort Morgan first has got to get a run. McCoy has struck out twice. Let's see if they send Bills. And that fastball is upstairs. McCoy, when he struck out the second time, it was a drop third strike, and he reached. And because of that, the Mustangs were able to generate a rally. Levi awaits. 1-0. And fisted foul. I'm not sure why he swung at that pitch. That ball was in on his hands, and it was definitely ball 2. We're situated right behind the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. A 1-run lead for Mountain View. 6-5 in the 6th inning. Ryan MacArthur has labored through 5 1/3, but he's still on the hill. The offering swung on and fouled off the catcher. 1-2, 90 pitches for MacArthur unofficially. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, Bills off of first. Huge at bat here for Levi McCoy. The pitch. That's right down the middle. He took it for a strike 3. I'm not sure what he was waiting for, but that was painted right over the middle. And McCoy strikes out for a 3rd time. Here's Briggs Wheatley, a single, a walk, and an RBI triple. We're going to need another one of those right now. Yeah, Fort Morgan's going to be in danger of missing the playoffs if they lose games like this. You got to be in the top 24. They're in good position now, but a loss here, throw back to first, back and diving is Bills. Yeah, when I saw this game on the schedule today, I said, boy, this is terrifying. Because Mountain View with a 5-game losing streak, Fort Morgan's won 5 in a row. And that swung on and fouled back. And when you get matchups like that, they can lead to issues. You know, one team is due to win, and the other team is due to lose. Warming up at the bullpen is Jake Nix, a right-hander. Swung on and fouled to the backstop. It's 0-2. If Wheatley cannot extend the inning, the Mustangs will have the 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up in the top of the 7th. But first things first, they got to get through the bottom of the 6th inning. Fort Morgan had a 5-3 lead. And in fact, they were 1 out away from 5-3. Then it became 6-5 like that. The pitch swung on and driven into the right center field gap, but a play over there is going to be made. The catch by Cody Evans. He had Wheatley played perfectly on that line drive, and Fort Morgan gets a hit, but nothing doing in the top of the 6th inning. Mustang Baseball brought to you in part by Bank of Colorado. Bottom of the 6th we go. Mountain View 6, Fort Morgan 5 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Nick Beltran will look to hold the Mountain View Mountain Lions in the bottom of the 6th inning, but could not get the job done. In the 5th, allowing 3 runs, only 1 earned. There was a 2-out error by the 3rd baseman Campa, and the next hitter delivered a 2-run double. And that's why you lose games like this. They haven't lost it yet, but they have to overcome 3 errors, while Mountain View has made only 1. So it's as much of a defensive game as it is offensive. And it's the top of the order. Not easy here for Beltran. Cody Evans has walked twice and singled. He walked twice against Farley and singled against Nick Beltran. Can he keep this at a 6-5 game? Wind and pitch. Fastball is on the outside corner for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. And the offering. Swing and a miss on a changeup. 0-2. Now let's see if he can deliver the out pitch here. That's the problem. The out pitch, when you're not a strikeout pitcher, is not that easy. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and tapped foul up the 3rd base side. Well, Fort Morgan did rally to beat Frederick for their first victory. They were down 1-0 against a Division I pitcher in the 6th inning, and Chase Prestwich, and scored a run in the 6th and 2 in the 7th. That was on the road. They have to do the same thing here against MacArthur and perhaps the bullpen. The pitch outside. But again, they've got to shut down Mountain View in this inning. And Nick does not have his good stuff. He's given up 2 doubles in this game. And the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, lined, and that is fair. Along the line, this is going to be another double. The throw is going to be made to second, but cut off there, and it's a leadoff double for Cody Evans. Yeah, he doesn't have his good stuff. Fort Morgan might have to rally from 2 or 3 runs down with the way this is going. Here's Riley Cogan, 0 for 3. Yeah, you give up 3 doubles. Your stuff is below mediocre. And the pitch swung on. That is popped up into shallow center field. Briggs Wheatley will come in and make the grab. Back to second is Evans. There's one down. One down for Logan Nicholson, who's grounded out twice, and he singled off Beltran. Yeah, that's the one thing. Colin Farley allowed 3 hits. Beltran's given up 5, and 3 of those are doubles. The stretch and the pitch swung on. That is popped up. Let's see who's going to catch that one. Second baseman Fajardo makes the play. 2 down. Well, Nick has retired the last 2 hitters on 2 pitches. Here's Aaron Bauman, single, doubled, and hit into a fielder's choice. Well, if you're going to find your stuff here, Nick has found it on the last 2 pitches. You want to keep this at a 1-run deficit for Fort Morgan. And the offering swung on. That is popped up. Let's see who's going to call for that. The pitcher, Beltran, ranging in, makes the grab, and on 3 pitches, Nick Beltran, after giving up a leadoff double, is able to retire Mountain View in order. The question is, can the Mustangs rally in the 7th? Mountain View 6, Fort Morgan 5, as we head to inning number 7 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Mountain View is looking for the season sweep of the Fort Morgan Mustangs, leading 6-5 as we head to the 7th inning. It'll be Jackson Langford, Nick Beltran, and Jesse Campa against Ryan MacArthur. Jacob Nix was warming up in the bullpen because MacArthur has thrown 94 pitches in this game. The limit is 110. If he's efficient, he can get through the inning. Langford has walked and popped out twice to the left side. He's got to hit the ball on the ground. The pitch, fastball, a strike, and he's throwing some major heat there. He's coming with some gas. It's 0-1. MacArthur's pumped up, looking for the complete game. He's allowed 6 hits. And the offering swung on, hit slowly on the ground to short. Bauman ranges in, takes a funny hop, then he cannot make the play. Langford reaches. Wow. Well, we'll score that a base hit because of the hop, but that could be scored either way. That could be scored an error, but we'll see. Nick Beltran, a fielder's choice, grounded out, and a bunt single. Let's see what he's called upon to do. The stretch by MacArthur, and the pitch. Squaring to bunt, lays it up the third base side. It bunted pretty hard. The throw to first will be right in time. Langford way off of second, and he's going to be out by a mile. I don't know what he's doing. That is terrible base running. I don't know what Jackson was doing there. He was off by a mile. I don't know why he's rounding first or rounding second. Double play, 2 down. Beltran has the sacrifice bunt, but why are you off that far? Oh, my Lord. I mean, he was gunned down there. So 2 down for Jesse Campa. The game can end just like that. The pitch. Fastball for a strike. MacArthur's not going to be taken out of this game. Now with 2 out and nobody on, that was a perfect opportunity. Why is Jackson that far off the bag? It's a sacrifice bunt. The pitch. Swung on. That's going to end the game. The grounder to second. And the flip to first, and Mountain View has swept the season series from Fort Morgan as Luke Patterson makes the play. And they win the game 6-5. And they snap a 5-game losing streak, and Fort Morgan's 5-game winning streak comes to an end on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. If the Fort Morgan Mustangs miss the playoffs this year, they're going to remember both games against Mountain View. 2 losses, 8-6 in 8 innings, and 6-5, blowing a 5-3 lead. Mustang postgame shows brought to you by Morgan Community College. Here to make your dreams become a reality for both traditional and non-traditional students. Check them out at morgancc.edu. Mountain View wins 6-5. 6 runs, 8 hits, an error, and 7 left on base. 5 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors, and 5 left on base. For the Mustangs, the winning pitcher going the distance, Ryan MacArthur. Nick Beltran took the loss. And time of the game, 2 hours even. Fort Morgan got an infield single from Briggs Wheatley. He scored on a ground out from Beltran, and that made it 1-0. Then in the bottom of the first inning, as Colin Farley was the starting pitcher for Fort Morgan, Mountain View would tie the game on an RBI single with 2 down from Aaron Bauman. Then Mountain View grabbed a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the second inning as Luke Patterson scored in a wild pitch. The Mustangs, though, would have their biggest inning in the fourth with much of the damage done with 2 outs. Braden Fajardo scored in a wild pitch with 1 down, but then after Frank Ortega flew out, then Levi McCoy had struck out. The ball was dropped. Malachi Bills advanced to third. He scored in a wild pitch. Briggs Wheatley with an RBI triple made it 4-2. And then it was 4-3 as Cody Evans had an RBI single off Beltran. The run was charged to Farley. Then in the top of the fifth inning, Beltran with a bunt single went to third on a throwing error. Jesse Campa had an RBI double, and he was stranded there. That's a big miss there for Fort Morgan, up 5-3. And then the critical juncture of the game in the bottom of the fifth inning with 2 outs, and Beltran just 1 hitter away from keeping it at 5-3. Jaden Bowser with an RBI double, making it 5-4. Then Bartholome reached on a throwing error, and that led to 2 unearned runs on Luke Patterson's 2-run double, and that was it. Fort Morgan loses 6-5. Mountain View is 4-5. Half of their wins against Fort Morgan, and the Mustangs, even if they beat Berthoud here coming up at 6:30, are going to drop in the RPI. You can't lose to a team that has lost 5 in a row and expect your RPI to stay anywhere where it was. It's been as high as number 15. That's going to drop into the 20s, and that's going to jeopardize Fort Morgan's chances of making the playoffs. They're going to have to beat a team like Holy Family because the schedule's not that strong. It's not that strong, and losing to a 3-5 team is going to make it look one heck of a lot worse. We'll be back with you at 6:30. Back with you at 6:30 as the final score. We'll pick up that game with Fort Morgan leading Berthoud 2-1 in the bottom of the third inning. The resumption of a suspended game from May 14th. But the final score of this game, Mountain View 6, Fort Morgan 5 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.